Hello everybody and welcome to this video. This video is part of a series of videos that explains how to conduct statistical investigation, and it is targeted to the year 8 students. I've done 4 videos. The first one explaining how to write statistical and survey questions. The second one, how to collect data and organize it. The third one, how to determine data type so you can select the graph type that most suits it. And video 4 explains how to plot your graph or your data using Excel. Okay, so if you haven't completed this part of your assignment, you need to go to the videos, watch it, and use it to help in completing your assignments to this point. Okay, in this video, I'm going to explain random sampling. Random sampling is a method that you use to randomize your selection. Okay, first of all, when we say sampling or sample is just selecting a small group from your population. Your population is the number of people that you collected data from, the total number of people that you collected data from. So when you take a sample, you're just selecting a small number of people from your population. Say for example, I collected data from all year 8 students. My sample can be just the class 8F students. Now, when you randomize it with random sample, you cannot predict who I choose out of the population. Everyone in that population has equal chance of being selected. Okay, there is no predictability about it. All right, so that's random sample. Now, when you're taking a sample, you have to consider the sample size. How many people out of the population do you want to choose? Okay, how many members of the population do you want to choose? And you have to remember, the larger your sample size, the more closely it is going to resemble the population. The larger your sample size, the more closely the result will be accurate. Okay, now let's look at the different methods that we can use to randomize our sample. Names drawn from a hat. So the way you do this one is you write out all the names of the members of the population that you conducted the investigation on. All the people that you collected data from, write out their names. If your assignment does not allow writing the names of the participants, then you use their person IDs. So write out the person IDs of the individuals in the population in pieces of paper, one piece of paper per person ID. Okay, so collect the papers in a hat. If you're using a hat, or if you don't have a hat, you just collect them together. All right, and then you can randomly select your sample. Okay, randomly select the papers. So any person ID written on the piece of paper that you selected goes into your sample. Okay, you can decide to select 4 samples. If your sample size is 4, you're selecting 4 pieces of paper. So that's using names from a hat or person ID from a hat, as the case might be. Okay, the second method is using wheel of names. So wheel of names, you can actually do that on the web, and I'm going to show you how to do that on the web. So let me end this one and go to my web browser. So this is my web browser here. I have already written out the person IDs. So let's say my population has 10 individuals in there, and the person ID ranges from person 1 to person 10, and my sample size is 4. In other words, I need 4 people. I need to select from 4 people from this population. So there are two ways to do it. You can decide that the person selected as you spin, when you spin the wheel, will go into your sample. Or you can decide to delete 6 and the remainder will be your sample. So it's up to you which method you want to use. So the first method is you spin. So person 3 is selected. You can decide this will go into your sample. So you remove and spin again for the second one. You remove up to the number of sample that you want. On the other hand, you can decide, okay, I'm just going to delete the number of people. I need 4 people, I have 10 people there, I'll delete 6 people, and the remainder will be my sample. Okay, so you just delete, you keep deleting until you have 4 remaining, which is the number of people you want in your sample, and those ones will be the people you select to go into your sample. So it's up to you how you choose to do it. Okay, so that is wheel of names. Okay, now the third method is using random number generator. So random number generator, you go to this website here. So the first section, you type in the maximum number of people in your population. So if, say, my population has 10 members, so I have 1 to 10 there. So 1 is the minimum and 10 maximum. And how many sample out of 10 do I want? I want 4. For example, I type in 4 here. And once I've typed that in, every other thing remains the same, and I click calculate. And you see it's giving me 5, 3, 10, 4. So those person IDs, person ID 5, person ID 3, person ID 10, and person ID 4 would go into my sample. So for the random number generator, you have to use their person IDs. Okay, it doesn't accept names. All right, so those are the 3 methods that I want to discuss here. So choose your method. Your teacher probably have given you assigned a method to you. So use your method to conduct a random sample of your data. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video. In the next video, I'm going to discuss what you do with your sample. Once you've collected your sample, what you do with it. All right, so go back to your assignment, complete this part of your assignment, and watch out for the next video.